Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to welcome visitors to your church, part one, and we're going to break down plan your visit and some of the things that you should and should not say to a brand new visitor coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And I'm super pumped about this video specifically because this is something we've worked on a lot in my church. And when we started implementing some of these principles, we actually increased our first-time visitors by 42% in the first month, 60% in the second month, 87% in the third month, and 113% in the fourth month. So these are pretty simple, but I'm going to break them down one by one. So let's dive in. So make sure you stick around to the end because if you like this content, I've actually got a free gift for you at the end of the video. All right, so at my church, one of the things that we have done tirelessly over the years is worked at how we can make visitors feel more comfortable, more welcome, and how we can even shorten the assimilation process. And so there's a couple of principles that we've learned over the years at my church that have helped us increase our visitors, shorten the assimilation process, and get more people into our membership class. All right, so number one, people don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel. So remembering this principle, when you have new guests that are coming in through the door, one of the things that you want to make sure to do is just to be warm and friendly and to treat them like family instead of VIP. So you want to treat these people like they are your best friend that just decided to come to church after you've been inviting them for years, right? Or if you have a brother or a sister or a parent or an aunt and an uncle, somebody that you love, that you're really close with, and you've been inviting them to church for years, and one Sunday they decide to show up, that's how you want to treat every single person that comes through the front door, right? Every single person is a gift from the Holy Spirit, and nobody wants to be treated like VIP or rock stars, right? Everyone just wants to be treated like family. The majority of the people that come through the doors are looking for authentic personal connection. And so don't treat them like VIP, treat them like family. All right, number two, think about what matters to a guest, right? So if you're visiting a church for the very first time, some of the things that you're probably going to be worried about are going to be like where to park, or what door do I go in, or what's the building look like, where are the bathrooms, what should I wear to church, right? That's one of the number one objections that people have to church is they're intimidated because they don't know what to wear. Make sure to communicate this on your website and any type of pre-service communication, like over the phone or through a text message. And then also make sure to communicate all this through your signage and your volunteers when people actually show up. So if a guest asks you where kids check-in is, don't just point, walk them to the kids check-in. If somebody is trying to find out, hey, where are the bathrooms? Don't just point to the bathrooms or give them directions, walk them to the bathroom. Make sure that you are welcoming every single person, that you're friendly, lots of smiles, and think about what matters to a guest. All right, number three, invite them to join in your church's mission. When guests show up for the first time, they don't want to be pressured to give or to join a small group or to start volunteering, but one of the things they do love doing is getting involved with some type of project or some type of mission that's going to make them feel like they're changing the world and like they're becoming part of something bigger than themselves. So if your church is building a Habitat for Humanity home next Saturday, invite everyone to do it and say, hey, even if it's your first time here and you're brand new, man, we want to invite you out to do this as well because we could use all the help that we can get. Man, we're trying to build this entire home in one day, and we're really, really excited about the Johnson family who's going to be moving into it here in just a couple of months. So come on out Saturday at 10 o'clock. Make sure to communicate the mission and the vision of your church, and then invite your first-time visitors to join the mission with you. Okay, so before I get to my last couple of points, I want to know, what are some interactions that you've had with first-time guests? What are some principles or things that you've learned at your church, right? Both good and bad. Have you had some awkward conversations or some awkward interactions? I know I definitely have, right? I want to know about them. Put them down in the comments below because I want to hear them. All right, number four, meet the pastor. Now, I was shocked to find this out, but this is 100% true. 80% of guests who meet the pastor on their first visit will come back for a second visit. So that statistic is just too big to ignore. So one of the things that we need to do at our churches is make sure that you have some type of a plan or system for every single guest who comes in to be able to meet you as the pastor. 8 out of 10 of them are going to come back a second time simply because they met you as the pastor. So you need to have some type of meet the pastor set up every single Sunday. Even if this is like a simple meet and greet where you're just kind of dropping a couple of high fives or some fist bumps, right? And you could even have a more in-depth meet the pastor or kind of get to know the pastor, maybe on like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night where you invite him out for dinner dinner or invite them out for desserts. Or I even know of a growing church right now that's been doing a digital dessert night, which is awesome. And so literally the pastor just shows up every single week and says, hey, I've got my coffee, I got my piece of pie. Man, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to go grab a snack, and then we're gonna dive in. You guys can ask me anything. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the church, and man, we're just gonna fellowship and hang out a little bit, right? What an incredible way to get to know people, and what a low barrier of entry. Everybody can make it out on a Thursday night to a Zoom meeting at 7 or 8 o'clock, right? So now they actually have the chance to kind of get to know the pastor, answer any questions, but it's not like it's another night that you have to go up to the church or anything like that. So make sure that every single one of the guests has a chance to meet you on Sunday morning, and then if you want to do something a little bit more personal and intimate, you can take a look at doing something a different night of the week. All right, and finally, number 5, plan your visit. Now, this is something that absolutely transformed our church. In fact, when we did plan your visit for the very first time, we launched it for Easter Sunday back in 2017, and we maxed out our church, right? There's something about the idea of giving people the opportunity to sign up and schedule a visit in advance that I think really just kind of lowers the barrier of entry for people, and it makes it just so much easier to come in. In fact, we found that the majority of people who are signing up for Plan Your Visit were unchurched people, right? And a lot of them were unchurched families. They were coming out, and the husband and wife were coming out for the very first time. They had kids. They weren't really familiar with church or what they were supposed to do. And so it's so much easier for them to actually sign up for Plan Your Visit because they knew that we were gonna have a host waiting for them at the front door, right? Just a friendly person to kind of meet them, help them get their kids checked in, give them a tour of the property, save seats for them in service, introduce them to the pastor and to some key staff and leaders, right? It's like having a best friend waiting for you at the front door. So if you guys aren't utilizing Plan Your Visit, I'm telling you, it's one of the single most important things that you can do to grow your church and to reach new people. And it also speeds up your assimilation process. So when we started doing this, we typically had people who were joining the church. It took about 3 or 4 months for a new visitor to feel comfortable enough to go through membership class, right? But when we started doing Plan Your Visit, we found that 80% of the people who came through Plan Your Visit were joining our church within 3 weeks. Right? Because it shortened the natural assimilation process, because every single person was making a personal connection the very first Sunday with their host and with some of the key staff and leaders that they probably wouldn't have met if they just showed up themselves. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about Plan Your Visit, I actually did an in-depth Plan Your Visit video that you can check out down in the description below. All right, so if you guys liked some of the principles and tips in this video, man, we have a free gift for you. Head over to churchgrowthagency.com or click in the link in the description below. Got a free video that's going to talk a little bit more about how you can use social media and technology to grow your church so that you can implement Plan Your Visit. We'll see you soon.